Hey, how's it going? We are live on LinkedIn and YouTube right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about the power of video testimonials and why you need them in your business. This isn't really anything new, right? If you didn't know that you need testimonials for your business, then I don't know if I can really help you. But I wanted to kind of talk about the psychology behind it and the different types of testimonial videos that you can do to represent your brand and connect with your audience, right? Once again, we know that reviews are so important, right? It's important to have a lot of Google reviews and on social media. And testimonials are basically just that. It's almost like a review system. It's social proof that your clients, that other people think that what you have to offer is good. And so it's not just, sorry, I'm getting messages from something right now. So we are live. All right. So, video testimonials are so important for your business because it's social proof. It's social proof that other people are using your service and that they had a good experience. And we as humans want that. We crave the experience of others before we take action, especially if it's something that's a higher ticket, right? If it's an ice cream shop, even, we want to know, hey, do they have good ice cream before we go try it? Or food place, is the food good? Same with your product or your service. People want to make sure that it's a quality product, a quality service before they invest their dollars. And testimonials can help give that social proof that people need before purchasing your product or your service. The nice thing about testimonials too is when you do them, you should be using real people. Use your real clients. I can't tell you, we've had a few clients in the past reach out years ago, like 10 years ago, and they were like, hey, we want to do testimonials. We're going to hire models to do that. And it's like, are those models your clients? Did they experience using your service or your product? No, then we can't really get testimonials from them. People see through that. You see this trend on social media where now everyone's saying, oh, be authentic, right? That's not new. Although it's becoming a buzzword in the marketing world, being authentic as a company is not new. It's just a current trend. And it's what we've preached to our clients for years, right? We've told them you need to be more authentic by hiring or not hiring, by inviting real clients out to you to talk about using your product and your service. And so why does that matter? What's the purpose behind using a real client versus hiring a model? Well, one is the experience. The model's never experienced it. And yeah, we can script it, but it's not going to come off as genuine as that mom who's using your product for the first time, or that person who went to your school and graduated, or that other person who got a job because of the services you provide, right? Their experience is a lot different than hiring a model. And when you bring real people in, there's a sense of authenticity that gets across better than any other way. And especially when they're kind of nervous. Some people think like, oh, we need the people who can speak the best on camera to be our client testimonial. And that's not true, right? If you have somebody who's a little bit nervous about getting on camera and that shows through, that's okay. Because we'll actually probably bring that up, the fact that they didn't even want to be on camera, but they're doing it because they believe in the product or service so much. And think about how much power that has for you as a business. If somebody who is shy and doesn't like to be in front of the camera or to talk about using your product or your service because of the impact it made in their life, that truly is more impactful for your business than any other thing. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of getting in front of the camera. And so if somebody asked me to do a testimonial for them, I'd have to really enjoy what they did for me or their product or their service. I'd have to really believe in it to be willing to get in front of the camera and talk about these things. And that translates to the audience and they connect with that, right? And they believe it, right? That social proof is stronger in those situations, which is why when you create these testimonials, they're not meant to be absolutely perfect. They're not meant to be this perfect, oh, I was struggling with this and then I used them and everything was great. That's not a story. Nobody's going to transport themselves into the narrative with that type of story. You need the ups and downs. You need the truth. You have to be willing to share the truth. For example, if you're a pharmaceutical software company like one of our clients, switching softwares is scary, especially in the world of pharmacy, because guess what? If you mess up, people's lives are at stake. They need to get the right medication and the right dosage at the right time. And that software helps them do that. So switching and stopping operations is incredibly scary. And what happens normally, it works, but guess what? There are some things that maybe don't work because it's putting in a new system. But then your customer service is killing it and you're on top of it and you put out any fire that might happen and you really make a difference. That's a story that people want to hear. That's going to connect with your audience so much more than hiding the fact that there were a few hiccups because they know there's going to be hiccups. They don't believe that it's going to be perfect switching something like that. They don't believe that going to your school is going to be easy, or using your service is going to be an easy transformation. So telling the truth in your testimonials is really important. You can't hide stuff, right? And we've always been very strong on that with our clients when we do these testimonials of leaving in the imperfections of the ums and the uhs while they're thinking, because that shows that these people are not scripted, right? It shows that these people are having a genuine conversation with me on the other side of the camera and that they are human and real. And then we leave in those things of, we'll stick with the pharmacy stuff because we do a decent amount for them. And, the story is always kind of the same. We needed a software that could help us streamline our systems, help us serve our clients better. But we didn't want to switch softwares because it's scary. And we ultimately decided to switch because of these reasons. And switching was scary. It wasn't easy, but the customer support from this team was amazing. They held our hand. They were up 24/7. They helped us through everything. And within a day and a half, we were back to normal and even better than back to normal. And now we've saved X amount of hours, X amount of revenue, and we're treating our patients even better. That's going to connect so much more with people than just saying, oh, we bought the software and we love it. It's great. That doesn't feel genuine because, well, what struggles did you have when you switched? What was the response? And so if you are a marketer and you're looking at creating videos for the company and you want to do testimonials, keep that in mind. It's okay to tell the real story. And what does that do? It brings people into the story, right? When they get to hear the truth, they're going to connect with it more. And what does that mean, connect with it? They're going to see themselves in that situation. And that's why lifestyle testimonial videos are so important. Excuse me, are so important because it allows the viewer to see themselves in that situation. And they go, oh, Yeah, my shop's that size. Oh, we have that many employees, or oh, we're similar to this. And it's a lot easier for them to see themselves in that story you're telling and going through it with you, which if they can transport themselves into the narrative, by the end of that movie with a success, they felt like they had success with you. And that's where the real power comes with narrative transportation is they've lived that experience with you and your business. So now it's easier for them to say yes because they've experienced it through somebody else in this testimonials. And so I want to bring up some videos and we'll kind of go through them. So let's see, let's go over here. Let's pull up NVI surgery first. So this is a video. I'm not going to full screen it because I don't have it set up with two monitors and I won't be able to check if it's actually showing full screen or if it did what it did earlier today, which is blurred out because we're sharing a screen. Earlier I had my computer hooked up and that seemed to work better. This is also kind of like a test for me live streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn and using screens. So I'm going to mute it. Or you know what? Let's not mute it. Let's listen to it a little bit, kind of low, and see and watch the video, and then we'll go back and talk about it.
Here at NVI Surgery, we know how important improving your vision is for you. If you're nearsighted, you might be a good candidate for ICL surgery. ICL is really one of my favorite surgeries to do because it's life-changing for my patients. People who couldn't even see the door 3 feet away from them.
Actually.
Now can
So
see
you see, we start off with her story. You know, she wanted to get LASIK because of a reason. There's something she was struggling with, something she needed to overcome, and if she didn't, her life would be different. And so we show the process of her coming in here, working with the doctors, meeting the staff, and showing what that experience is like. Because now we're taking out all the guesswork of, well, what's the process like? What does it look like? How scary is it? Because especially with LASIK, right? Like you're putting lasers in people's eyes, that can be a scary process. This video now, if somebody's considering LASIK, especially if they're in a similar demographic to her and going through similar struggles that she's going through, they're going to watch this video and really connect with her. And so I struggle with that. I need these things fixed. Oh, it was less scary than she thought it was. She was afraid to get the surgery, and she said that it actually was painless, and she was able to walk free the other day, you know, after day one. You know, and so what do? We walk her through and we show her experiencing all these things. You know, so she obviously already had LASIK. She came back and talked about the experience, and then we faked her going through everything with the staff. You know, she did a great job. She was super smiley, looked really pretty. I actually love how this shot here came out. I love the lighting that we did and how it shows her eye in the machine. I'm really happy with how this testimonial came out, you know, and then every shot has a purpose, right? Like we show her interacting with the doctor, we show her shaking his hand, smiles, right? Because that's showing that this isn't scary. That look how pleasant these people are. Look how inviting they are. And look, I went through this and it's not a scary process and they're good people, right? And so that's showing you something visually that she doesn't have to even talk about, although I think she does talk about that as well. And the other thing is too, like, look at the lighting we did in this room. You know, the lighting tells a story as well. We went with the brand colors behind with blue, but blue also just kind of makes the whole thing soothing. Once again, LASIK, right, is a scary process for people that are on the fence about it. Most of the time, they're on the fence about it because they're scared because it has to deal with their eyes. So, our whole goal in this video was how do we make them as comforted as possible with this stressful opportunity through this testimonial. So, yeah, it's with the story that she's telling with the interview that we're asking, with the questions that we ask her, but it's also with the coloring of the video and the lighting of the video. Like this frame here is very inviting. In fact, all the frames, like if you notice, you know, and this is kind of how we color already, but Like these shots are very inviting, very soothing, very calm, very stress free, right? And then even in the surgery center, if we get to like right here, right, like their surgery center is very bland. It's pretty room, but it's not lit like this. We added a few different lights, right, to keep with the branding and also make this room feel a little bit more sciency, but also inviting. Like we didn't want it stale. We wanted it to feel calm and inviting and not scary. And so that's why we lit it like this. We show some little moments, the talking and the smiling with the doctor. See, she's happy. Process isn't scary. And then at the end, we always end with that smile shot with the testimonial. I guess I shouldn't say always, but more often than not, we'll turn to that. So that's one example of a testimonial video that we've done. Another one for the same person is with this cataracts patient. So this one here is an older demographic, different procedure, but similar methodology, right? We need something that's inviting, something that's not scary. This man who's a real patient is talking about the fears he had and the struggles he was going with how poor he could see, how he couldn't drive, how all these things were affecting his time, time with the grandkids, all that stuff, and it talked about working with the staff and getting through it. And these videos this doctor uses with patients, but not even just with patients, right? That's the benefit of testimonials is, he gets leads from other doctors, and to build trust with those other doctors and to show that he is good at what he's doing, he can use these videos and go like, hey, here's some patients that we've helped with to show you kind of how we're going to treat your patients in the process. And they get an idea. And that's the thing, like with his video, what we did was we shot these testimonials, but then we used the testimonials on a few different videos. So we did it for the entire About Us video, showing everything that the company does. We used it for videos that he sends directly to doctors, and he's speaking directly with doctors about sending referrals over. And that's what we try to tell people, like, hey, if we're going to do your About Us video, right, or your hero video, then let's get testimonials too and leverage that footage, but also those interviews into those videos. And these videos were shot a couple years ago, actually. I think about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And they still hold strong. They still look great. They still have all the value. And that's why we focus on purposeful lighting, purposeful camera movements, purposeful editing. We don't do the trends. We don't do crazy stuff. We focus on telling the story that's going to connect with your audience. So let's back out of that. The doctor did a great job on those videos. I'd love to bring up, I think it's in here. Let me see. The video we shot with Dana White. Okay. So this is an old video, but I've brought it up a few times. So this video we shot literally like 7 years ago and still stands strong, still looks amazing, which once again goes back to that, like, if you're looking at creating videos for your business, don't follow trends, right? Create solid videos that are going to last. Videos, because these are an investment. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's also not the most expensive, especially for what it can do for your business. But you don't want to make your brand identity staple videos trendy and like with the TikTok edits and stuff like that. You want them to be purposeful. You want them to stand the test of time and be based on cinematic storytelling. And so these videos, we used real people that bought homes from this company, and we showed their lifestyles. We interviewed each one individually, and we did standalone testimonials for this company. But then we also created their hero video, which showed their homes being used by the real residents. And we have those interviews intermixed in the hero video for the company, actually. And so you can see we have all these moments, the builder's building, and then we get to, more interviews and the houses that they built, showing the spaces, showing the spaces being used, having those moments in the homes and real moments. These are what these families do all the time. That's one of my favorite shots, actually. I really like how this shot right here came out. They almost look like they're models, but they're real residents, real customers. And yeah, I love it. These videos have helped them get big bids for the city. It's helped them get clients to choose to use them as a builder versus a different builder. And so let me see if we have the other testimonial in here. I was thinking apartment videos and ads. A lot of these are the ads. Okay. So, I mean, this video here too is another sample. Real moms talking about their experience using this product and how they use it. And that's so powerful. These videos help. If you aren't using video testimonials for your business, you are missing out. Video testimonials are incredibly important. In fact, in my opinion, they're the most important videos that you need because they don't just live on your website. You're leveraging them in your emails with your sales. You're leveraging them on blog posts. You're leveraging them on social media, and you're using these stories to connect with the audience. And if you do them properly, they're going to help. Anyways, I just wanted to get on and quickly talk about this. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We are going to do more of these. If you're on LinkedIn, we're going to start doing these more consistent. I hope that there's value in this for you guys, and have a great day. Thanks for checking this out.